2016 at the Boston for Autism event. What is the industry? This is my first question. My second one is, how do you think and feel about the fan interaction and the outpricing on these core weekends like WrestleMania?
I'm really having a lot of trouble hearing you.
With the fan interaction, how much the outpricing of the fan interaction and the charity events, like I met you in 2016 here in Houston at the Boston for Autism event with Roe and House of Hardcore before they had closed. Uh, how do you feel about the industry and the fan interaction uh, going long term the next 5 years?
So let me see if I understood your question right. How do I feel about fan interaction?
And how, with the buyout from TKO and WWE, how much has they outpriced the industry and the fan interaction?
You know, one thing that I always stress, especially on this show, Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne Swayze, I remind people constantly that professional wrestling is a business. And I tell all the young talent, I know you're passionate, you've got your heart into it, and oh, this is my art. And yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, it's a business. A lot of commerce has to take place for you to get in that ring and do what you love to do. Money has to be spent for a building, secure a ring, insurance, a lot goes on. As far as the fan interaction, I'll say first of all about this. I think that with social media, it's been a negative and a positive in that, it's cool that fans, have created communities where they get to share ideas and share their opinions. But I think also people have been given a voice that don't deserve one. You got a lot of idiots that, are just being unnecessarily nasty. And one of the things I tell young talent, and I stress this, people say, hey, MVP, what should I work on? I say thick skin. If you're going to be a public figure, then you have to be able to take criticism, because people are going to say extremely mean and nasty things to you from the safety of the keyboard. So in many ways, fan interaction has been great. And in many ways, it hasn't been great as far as, TKO and all of that. I think that we have a problem in the world, but America specifically, with corporations driving prices up to the point that your initial base can't afford your product anymore. A family of four can't go to an NBA game. Take a family of four, to an NFL game. It's extremely expensive, and that's something that we're seeing. One thing I can say, as far as AEW is concerned, Tony Khan really, really cares about the fans. And while he is a businessman and it is a corporation, he's a fan first. So he relates to fans in a way that certain corporate entities who don't love wrestling can't. So as far as AEW is concerned, the affordability of tickets and being able to allow fans to continue to enjoy the product, the day one fans, the fans who are there with their heart and soul, I think that's a beautiful thing. On the other side of the street, it's not my problem, but I do know that in time it could potentially be a problem, pricing your fans out.
The last question was, how did you come up with the ball and when you was using the ball and slogan? How did you get the idea for it, or was it just a one-off miracle catchphrase?
Oh, no. I blatantly stole the people's elbow from The Rock unapologetically. And at the time, Jim Jones had that song, We Fly High, No Lie. So I just, took something that I enjoyed a lot. That was pop culture, hip hop. And one of my all-time favorites, the great one, the People's Champion. I took the ball and elbow, and I took the People's Elbow, and I called it the ball and elbow. And
Nice quiz.
hey man, it stuck, it caught on. And like I say, they say since imitation is the sincerest form of thievery. So I make no apology. I blatantly ripped off the people's elbow, put the Jim Jones on it, and yeah, and we've been balling ever since.
I just want to say thank you for coming out and doing this tonight as well.
No, thank you for coming out. Thank all of you for coming out. This was last minute, so we kind of had this, kind of this 6:30 spot, but thank you. We appreciate it.
It's time to go home, man.
And I love you too. All right. We should wrap this up, man.
Let's do it.
Man, I'm just a little disappointed to have my bourbon to sip on, man. It just kind of changes the complexion of things a little bit. But we did it again.
We've done it again.
And this was our first live recording of Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne
You
Swayze.
can never have a first one again.
Yeah, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? But this was a dress rehearsal.